Live streaming is on.
I think it'd be better to do that on tomorrow. This has nothing to do with client work.
Yeah, I mean, so tomorrow is going to be difficult to manage to do I mean, there's no time now to. We wanted to try to have the session tomorrow, but
How are we going to have the session tomorrow?
it's unrealistic.
But how? When? When has anyone proposed to have the session tomorrow?
No, we wanted to send out the invitation with the
Yeah, but
possibility of
it usually takes days, if
So-
not a week or more, to schedule. So there's no session tomorrow.
Exactly, yeah. I agree with you. Yeah. So after this, we can also.
Not to mention, again, you're stepping ahead of yourself. You're assuming the session's going to be scheduled for tomorrow on Saturdays, which is just not following policy. Like
No,
at
I
the
said
time, empowering the entire team means that the schedule could happen at any time, and to force people into a certain specific schedule would is a manipulation of the process. There's literally a completely open slate for when the schedule could happen for the life support.
yeah, we said
Right?
those 28
And telling
slots.
people otherwise is simply a manipulation of the process and against policy, right? It's like it's an open, people can vote for whatever time they want to. We do not tell people like, oh, we're thinking about having it on Saturday. It's like, no, you need to tell us your schedule, and the schedule will be scheduled based on when the most people can make it. That's the policy, period. It's not like, oh, everybody's going to be, able to vote, but we're basically doing it on Saturday anyways. Like that's against policy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, let's do things well, and yeah, we can review tomorrow.
Also, I wanted to just quickly mention that I thought of one other thing in relationship to our last session. Someone else jump on? Yeah, I think we have Joyce. Yeah. Hey, Joyce.
To which session? To the main last session? You mean the main session or the
budget?
The one or before? Okay.
The work session, we just talked about the budget. There was one thing that I thought of during the break, which is that, and this goes towards the eval, which is that I'm seeing a pattern. I think I might have identified a pattern, an existing long-term pattern in the organization, where individuals like yourself, right, get assigned work to do, and then the immediate assumption is, like, for whatever reason, is that the work is going to be extremely hard and difficult, and it's just like, way over my head, and that they can't do it and they need help, and it's just like, that's the immediate assumption.
What do you mean the immediate assumption?
Like, it's like this whole thing where it's like people get assigned work to do, and then instead of just doing the work and solving the problems and going through it as just normal work, and then addressing any issues that come up, it's like this pre-assumption that the work is going to be difficult and have lots of problems and basically not be able to do it, right? So basically people set themselves up that all the work is always harder than it actually is. And we see this all the time over the entire organization, where people, like, sometimes they don't even try to do work because they think it's too hard, when actually what we're asking people to do is so simple, they just didn't realize how simple it was. And so, I mean, from what I saw in the budget, I mean, basically you started that whole budget session like, oh my God, it's gonna be so complicated, there's no way I can do this without Jay. Oh, like, we need to spend a lot of time with this and no one else can work on it, like, it has to be us now, and you need me to do it. And then when we did it, it just, in my perspective, it just seemed really simple and easy. Like, there was not really a lot that happened at all.
No, for sure. For this case, I agree with you.
But it's not
in general
all the time. It's
I don't see a pattern. You see a pattern?
Yeah, all the time. We talk constantly about how people are overcomplicating the work that we're assigning. Like, we talk about it every single week, about how people are overcomplicating it and thinking that things that we're complicating. We have to tell people at least 3 or 4 times a month that no, actually what we're asking you to do is much simpler than what you're telling us. It comes up.
Oh yeah, I mean, my biggest assumption was that we should have cut 20%. So after we decided that, yeah, okay, because the policy says only 10%, So that made everything lighter. So,
Well, sure, we still have a goal of cutting 20%, but
yeah, but since this is just 1 month,
we want to follow the policy first. So, if we want to cut more than 20%, we're going to have to change pops. Like or we have to actually cut a person, like, Moth, for example. If we wanted to cut Moth out of the budget, that would pretty much get us to 20%. So we can propose that, which I'm perfectly fine proposing it as an option. I just don't think it's going to pass, but we can try.
Okay.
Or the other option, of course, is to not do the $375. So that could be the other option to get to 20%, is just like basically cut your $375 in half, and then you get 20%. So you get $150 or $188 or whatever it is, and then we would get closer to 20%. And you could always break it up into 2 months. So $188 for 1 month and $188 for the second month to get to the 20%. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't understand. So you said the process was out of my hands. Now it's back in my hands. I can decide now if I want the money or not.
No, I didn't say that at all. I said we could cut it to $188 per month for 2 months, which would get us to the 20%, or closer to the 20%.
Well, I don't know, because this would mean probably, it's a big budget, but if we divide it into 2 months, then it would be 2 months without the overtime and the reimbursements.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. While if we do everything in 1 month, okay, we have 1 month where we have no overtime and reimbursement, but then next month.
Anyways, the point is that you could easily put together a 20% option if you want to. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, I can put together. No, I will try to put an option anyways. Yeah.
And then people can vote no on it if they want to. It's fine. But the point that I'm trying to make is, I think that I'll just make a note on the eval team, is that I think that there is a culture in the work styles where people always assume things are more complicated, more difficult than they actually are.
That's true. It really looks like once you get to it. Yeah, I was writing down in our folder notes.
For the topic, Jay, can you also review the draft email that we're going to send to?
We were talking about that before, and we agreed it's something we can leave for tomorrow.
We can put it on the list of topics, life support, Alliance email review. If we have time to do it, we can. But I got to go to I have an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay. Because the life support, what you call that? We proposed life support tomorrow, right? Or we can do it.
No, we never proposed it.
Okay. So next week can be okay.
We need to. Yeah, I don't know when it's gonna be. We need to give the options, and then we will see how people are gonna vote on the schedule, and the schedule that has more people, we will try to make it happen then.
It's very normal that scheduling takes multiple rounds, right? You send out a proposal, you get everyone voting, and then everyone gets basically their initial feedback, and then it's like, okay, now we've narrowed it down to 2 or 3 times, so now we have to do the final vote for the 2 or 3 times that have been proposed. So for me, the main things that I want to talk about are the client work organizing for the trajectory. Like get the client work trajectory organized.
Yeah.
And then also the other one was what was the other one?
CommUnity.
Oh yeah, the statement of information. So should we just do that first?
Yes. Then I Maybe we can get confirmation on WCTC 1099's list. But should be quick, Jay. I think there's no 10.
What do you need on the 1099's list? Like, what do you mean? What do you need?
I think there's no 1099s for WCTC. I just want to get confirmation from you.
Okay, well, I mean, if that's what it is, like that sounds what we would expect. But the question is, has the work been done? I don't think there's anything to talk about.
We're still in the list. We sent you the. I think we sent you the. Okay. Yes. Hi. Yes. Hi, Jay. We sent you this question for the list. So that was the work.
Where was the question?
Moss sent you on AGC. Hi, Jay. We're working on 1099 taxes. Are Evergreen Collective and Spark the only programs that were under the sponsorship program by CLN WCTC for fiscal year 2022? Kindly confirm. Thank you. And you answer no. No. But Evergreen was the only bank account that was super active. Okay.
Correct.
So we have more programs under WCTC CLN.
Okay, but what is the work? How do you actually do the work in relationship to the 1099s? Like, this is the main crux of the problem that we just run into over and over and over again.
Yeah. So the first thing you do, you ask the director or the owner or whoever if they paid more than $600 during the fiscal year 2020.
So did you do that or not?
No, we didn't do it yet.
So what is there to review?
Nothing.
Yeah, so it's like, just do the work.
Yeah.
If you have questions on who the program director is, someone just deleted what I wrote. If you have questions, if you have questions about who the director is, ask me. You need their contact email, ask me. All that's perfectly fine. We should have email groups of all of the program leadership groups. So you should be able to just send a group to the sponsorship email list and just communicate to all of them in one single place, right? Or two places. Like it's just, it really shouldn't be difficult or complicated. It's just literally following, all the setup to prepare for that one step and that one question. And you check off all the directors, make sure that you got responses from them. Either yes, we potentially paid people, or no, we didn't. Or you look at the bank account, you see if there's transactions that are over $600. Where's this money going? Like that's it. So that's the work that needs to get done. If you want me to do the work for you, that's fine. We can schedule for me to do the work for you. But otherwise, like, you got to do the work if you're trying to bring it me to review it. If you're not doing the work, you're just not doing the work. We've gone over this many, many times. I mean, something new.
All right.
So if the responsibility or problem, and it needs to be clarified, right? That like you're making a list of all of the organizations. You're breaking it down by organizations. Then within each organization, you find the programs and the possible places. I would be one of the people who might know who we've paid more than $600. So you might want to ask me as well, right? Yeah. But I only know the money that I oversee. I don't know the money that I don't oversee, right? And that's where you go into the other bank accounts. So you ask the other people, and then you get confirmation. So you're going to want to ask Mel, you're going to want to ask Jill, you're going to want to communicate and make sure that it's clear that what you're asking for, and so that you get a yes or no answer from them, ideally with actual specific transactions and amounts that we need to do 1099s for.
All right.
Right. But I mean, hopefully the expectation is that everyone's just like, no, there's no 1099s. That's perfectly fine. But it's just like, there's only one way to know that, is to ask the question to the correct
person.
And it's just, that's it. There's nothing else to it. So everything in the 1099 process and the W-8s and all that stuff is all set up for that final verification. And that is just a single question that is asked across the entire network and then verified. If people refuse to communicate and they're not coming through, then that would initiate, a not following policies process. And eventually it would lead to their program getting spun off and not working with us anymore, because they're required to communicate about legal stuff like this.
Okay. All right. So just one question then. So we have Spark, we have Evergreen under WCC CLN. What else do we have? What are programs?
The list of programs under the nonprofit branch.
Yeah.
Do we have a list, or you're just saying we don't have a list anywhere?
Right. We have a client more sponsorship program doc.
So for me, this would be the review. So for me, it's like, this is the work, right? So it'd be like step 0 or step 1 or whatever in the process involves the list of all of the programs need to be listed. It's also related to admin fees, right? When we're doing admin fees, like, so the list of programs needs to be accessible and available to everybody, and that needs to be something that is reviewed. So I'm not going to just sit here and tell you again and again and again what the programs are. There needs to be a list that can be verified. That's the work. Right? If you haven't done that step yet, then that's a problem. It's also part of the accounting review. It's part of the half-year budget review. Like, almost every single responsibility on anything relating with money involves a list of all the programs and all the accounts and everything. Like, I mean, that's definitely important.
Yeah, the program we need to, I don't think we have a list that is updated, verified, all of that for all the programs. I mean, we know for sure, I mean, obviously Evergreen is the one that...
Yeah, but that's why we have the work assignments, is to make sure there's an updated list. That is the work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course it does.
So if you haven't done the work yet, that's the problem, is if you're not doing the work. Like, there's nothing to review if you don't have a list to show me. If like your list is literally 0, like I have no idea where to even start to even try to build this list, then you can ask me, like, where do I even go to get started? If you don't literally have any idea where to get started, like, I'll help you with that.
We have a spreadsheet that is the list of sponsorship programs.
So if you want me to
it's very updated. Yeah.
Well, update it and then send it to me and then review it. I don't understand. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I would do that. Okay.
Yeah, just do the work, right?
Yeah.
If the issue is like that, we don't know where how it's supposed to happen, then send me the responsibility organizing. Let's go over the responsibility organizing. I'm much more interested in that, so that we can solve this problem for year after year after year, instead of just going through this cycle of like, just, oh, no one has any idea what's going on. Like, it's just, I'm over it.
Yes. Yes.
So if the problem is that it doesn't clearly say in the responsibility organizing, you need to have the list of, all the programs and program directors, so that you know who to communicate with about whether or not they're doing the 1099s and the W8s. Then show me where the problem is with the responsibility organizing. We can prioritize that, and I'm happy to talk about that. But if it already says that in the responsibility organizing, then just do the responsibility organizing and do the work.
Yeah, it doesn't say it very well in the responsibility organizing. I will make sure.
So let's fix it. Do you want me to help fix it, or do you want to try to fix it and then go over it together? I mean, I don't care.
There is the list of the sponsors. We need to update this list, review it, and then make sure that in the responsibility organizing, in the setup for each 1099 is there to go through this list. Make sure that you go through this list. You know which programs are the ones that are applicable for your entity. So,
okay, but that did not answer my question. The question is,
we already went through.
Do you need me to help you update the responsibility organizing?
No, I think you just did. No, I think you just did, because I mean, this was not there in the responsibility organizing. You just said it should be included in the responsibility organizing. So
it's definitely should be. It's definitely there somehow, some way. It just needs to be improved. Like, look at the W8s organizing as well. I mean, this is all related to the same thing. The W8s and the 1099s are the same, in essence, process. There's just like 2 sub processes, right? It's like a system.
Yeah, exactly. So
I can't imagine that there's nowhere where a list is ever created anywhere in those processes. That just doesn't make any sense to me. But
yeah,
make it very, very clear.
We need to put it in the system first. It should also be in each entity.
No, the first thing you need to do is you look at all the responsibility organizing and make sure it's not there already, because I think it probably is there already somewhere. But obviously, you need to make it clearer and more organized, for sure. But if you can do that on your own, that's fine. Otherwise, like I can help you. We can prioritize that.
No, I
But why
can do
don't
that.
we okay,
Let's
so
go.
let's just
Let's
move
keep
on.
going. Yeah, let's
So
move on.
focus on community life network statement of information, and then I would like to go over the client work and cut budget. That would be what I would propose. I don't know what IRS account means.
We need to create the IRS account. Also for the ASCOP taxes, right?
Well, let's just say USCOB then.
I mean, it's your IRS account we need to create, right?
Yeah. But that's part of the USCOB process.
Yes.
But again, that's not necessarily work that we would do today. I believe that would
Also on Monday.
either Hydra Hour 3 or it could happen, yeah, on Monday, for during that time. Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with these two topics.
We
I
can
agree on that.
we can try to get to it today if we're able to. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can see in the view up. Yeah, I mean, if we get to the view up, we can put that as the first topic after. So I have no objections on this topic. I agree. I get started.
Cool. All right.
Joyce? Joyce, are you there?
Yes, I'm on mute. Sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
no objection. No.
No objections? Okay.
So for the Community Life Network Statement of Information, do you guys have work to do? Because technically this is kind of like VA work. I should be able to do this pretty easily. I mean, obviously you guys can help and watch
Yeah.
or whatever. And let me make sure my screen, but
I'm gonna work on what we just said.
okay, cool.
The list.
Joyce, do you have anything to work on?
Yeah, the tracking hours. Tracking hours is spreadsheet.
So
But
I'm
Calculate. Yeah. For the payroll.
I'm gonna be working on
okay,
topic
so that's the
0.
payroll. It would be you're working on the the current base upfront payroll, right?
Yes, yes.
I'm working in topic 0. So Joyce, if you want to use topic 1.
Yeah, and I'll talk through what I'm doing, and we can get this organized. In the future, it's very easy to do the statement of information, and we can make it a responsibility, and like pretty much anyone would be able to do this. But let's see if it's even working. Remember last time it was not working?
If you want, I can document what you're doing, Jay, and create this. Start creating this responsibility organizing.
Well, I mean, we've gone over this before and done
But
documented it before.
we
So
never.
that's not anything to do.
I don't know. Have we? Let me check.
Yeah.
Statement of information.
What is that called? Okay. Work hours calculations. Okay.
I'm still sort of lost on how to log in. I'm going to try to see if I can find a link in our P codes and see if I can figure it out.
Paste. Okay. HR.
Yeah, I finally found the login page, so this is good.
Paste. Okay. Good.
And now I have to try to figure out how to log in.
Calculation.
So do you remember signing up for a biz file account with California before, or do you think this is the first time I'm doing it?
Signing up for what? Biz?
A biz file account with the state of California? I don't remember. I don't think we did this before. I just can't remember. Weird.
Me neither. Yeah. Let me check in the AGC channel server. The state of information. Right. So let me check if I can find the old notes where we did statement of information. All right, so statement information.
Oh, here we go. Business amendment filing approval. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Looks like I have at least a biz file account for World Collaborative for Transformative Community.
We have the account to this.
Interesting. Access to entity record online. We are excited to announce that your news. Okay. Oh my goodness, I got in. Yep, I got in. Excellent.
So we do have a account.
Yes, I did have a biz California biz file. California biz file. All right. Now what? Loading. Wonderful. Okay. Account access guide. Maybe we need to go back to the guide again. Oh, here we go. E-forms. I confirm I have authorization. Tell us what you're trying to accomplish. Form a registered entity. Update entity. Terminate an entity. Update an entity. Existing name. That is what I want. Entity e-forms. No, that's not what I want. Leave. Business entities. Free business search and copies request. E-form. Oh my. Registered business corporation. So, oh, here we go. File a statement of information. Yeah, it does say that. Okay.
You want to share the screen, Jay?
Oh yeah, now that I'm logged in. This. All right, let me have this one.
How is this?
Okay, so I already put obviously the first step is to log in, which I put the login right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is the main website. So then I believe you click on business entities, but I'm not really sure here. So click on business entities, and that takes you. Not anymore. Here's search. Okay.
CNN.
Okay. So you click on business entities. I think it takes you to this to here. Let's just double check. So if I click on this. Oh wait. Oh, look. Each one of these things is a totally separate link. See that?
File a statement of information there.
They have this is a terrible website. We should give them feedback on how bad their website is. Like these do not look like links.
No,
They should be
not
much
at all.
bigger and like blue and change colors and stuff. This is so silly.
Exactly. When you scroll over, they should be highlighted.
Yeah, you can't even tell. So each of these is a separate link. So if you need to file a statement of information, you have to click on this tiny little thing right here. Otherwise, you'll never find it. That is crazy. Wow. I mean, it looks like this whole thing is one button,
Yeah.
Anyway, so the first button is the free business search and copies, right? So this is going to be very helpful. So let's just get this out. So for business search is this link. So then what we'd want to do is you want to search for the existing file, and this should tell us when it's due. So we're doing Community Life Network, right? Community Life Network. And here comes in Community Life Network Incorporated, and there's my name. So this is active. Okay. So the initial filing date, active status, good. Formed, nonprofit, statement of information due on the 2/28/2023. Right. So when you do here, you can search for the business, get current status, and due date of statement of information. All right, and this looks all good. View history. All right, so it has the history of all the documents, and you could probably actually see the documents. You can download the document. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good. From there, we want to file the statement of information. So you can actually click the button right here to file the statement of information in the search section. So you click on that. So then we come here. So next step is click on the file statement of information at the top. So after you search. Okay. So here's the file statement of information button. Privacy warning. All content Okay, that is basically not applicable. So I think one of the things that we want to actually do, if I go back here,
Yeah.
is another step here is you want to, this would be part of setup technically. I think we're still kind of in the setup sort of, but you wanna you know, have ready a copy of the previous statement of information that you can know what could be downloaded. Right. Okay. So it makes a lot of so you the view history button, right? So click view history button. And then you just we already did this. So then you see the most recent filing and you can download the file.
Yeah.
And then we can just look at this. And then that gives us all the information that we need to fill it out again. I think on the online version, it kind of starts with that, but it's just good to have it accessible just so you can verify what was there last time. All right, look, you can request your certificate. All right, so now we want to file, oh no. Broke it. Okay, here we go, it's like here. All right, so here's this. I've read and agreed with the terms. Submitter information. So then this does not have to be me or a person who's like already in here, you know? Be anybody who's working on our behalf, right?
Exactly a couple of months.
They should not be like broadcasting this stuff. Right, so fixed. Cool. All right. So this all looks good. Good. You can opt into email notifications. I feel like email notifications from official notifications from the government is like a really bad idea.
Okay.
For me at least, you know, because it's like you're gonna lose that, right? It's like, oh my god. Don't you think that's a little sketchy? All right, so it's gonna cost $20. I'm gonna try to use the CCC account.
Step 1. Still click every time. Where already have these names. This budget rate already names. Okay.
All right, that is done.
Calculation spreadsheet. Okay. Six. Six.
Is Alberto back at all?
Oh, he was gone?
Oh no, he's here. All right, I'm done with that. That was but what I did add here and just noted that I believe overall statement of information filing would be done as a PINDA responsibility, like the actual filing, in terms of like the screen recording and things like that.
December, January.
Cool. So should we take a 5-minute break, or do you guys want to jump into the next topic, or do you guys need any help with anything? Or
I am doing the payroll.
I know you were working on the payroll, but that's not the topic for the group here.
Okay. 26E.
Is Alberto? I guess Alberto's gone, huh?
Oh, okay. Alberto is silent, muted.
Guys,
Alberto.
can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I was saying I would take the 5-minute break, and while I get this confirmation, and I put it in the server.
What confirmation?
So the next due date is 28/20/25.
Correct.
Every 2 years.
Yeah.
All right, great. That's cool. That's really cool. Okay.
All right. So
Okay, so 5-minute break. We see each other. 4-minute break. I say.
yeah,
Then we get
5-minute break.
into the trajectories.
Okay.